Salutations, loved ones. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Welcome. Welcome to this energetic healing space. We're going to dive right in. This reading has been calling to me for like a week now, and I'm really excited to know what it has to reveal. First, we're asking for wisdom from the Divine Feminine Oracle. In spirit, we're asking for one card to help us today. One card to alchemize the energies. One card to connect us to our intuition. We have Bridget, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. So divine feminine energy is becoming more and more powerful at this time. And it needs to. And it's not necessarily a nice feminine energy either. It's very much like this card suggests, a fiery, eternal flame. But it's not like a fire that's angry necessarily, even though there is anger as part of it. It's more of an indignation. A very calm, rooted, firm. Each day my light grows brighter. Bridget represents the essence of an inner dawn and the healing that comes from knowing that the best is yet to come. Bridget is the goddess of pre-Christian Ireland. She is associated with the Indo-European dawn goddess and the coming of spring. She is celebrated in a Celtic festival called Bulk that takes place halfway between the winter and spring solstices. It is said that at the moments between dusk and daybreak, Bridget arose into the sky with flames like rays of the sun blazing in her hair. There's a shrine near Kildare in Ireland that is sacred to the Druids because it was believed to have been a place where Bridget's priestesses tended to her eternal flame. This is where they learned the ancient healing practices that are associated with Bridget. And this is where in 480 CE, Saint Bridget built a monastery in honor of the goddess and created a communal and consecrated center for women's religious life and learning. Bridget is associated with poetry and with all things elevated, states of being, high-rising flames, lofty dimensions, and elevated wisdom. That is definitely needed. I mean, anytime, but at this time especially, for sure, 100%. She is said to have created the whistle for calling out from one person to another while walking through the night, which lifts the wanderer with its levity and reminds her she's not alone. There's that moment when you're making your way through the dark and suddenly, after what feels like days or months or even years, a ray of light comes through to you. And we just had the solar return. So that's something that is very hope-inducing for this card. A lightening happens. Each step isn't quite as hard to make as the one before, and you feel a great shift begin, as if now you're headed towards something new, something even brighter. Bridget is the essence of that first flame, that first ray of light. Bridget reminds us that the darkness never lasts. Bridget's eternal flame represents the truth that the light never leaves us and can never be extinguished. It simply gets obscured or blocked from us. She reminds us that every day is actually filled with light. There are many days and times in our lives when we endure thick cloud cover. And that's necessary. We just went through winter, and it's necessary because we need to have that calm, restful period where we just rest. And that's super important. And when that flame that exists within us is blocked by pain or confusion, it can really create havoc. And so we must rest, and we must honor, and we must question, and we must alchemize and move through that. Bridget is the sweet sound that reaches us in the dark and reminds us that we have never been on this journey alone. Bridget is our sign that the dawn is here because we have made it through the dark winter. We can lift our head. The healing has happened, and now each day is bound to be brighter. So repeat after me in this affirmation. What allows me to feel light more often every day, I must do this. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. Blessed be. Well, that was a beautiful card, and that's really helpful at this time to get that encouragement and that wisdom from that one. And so we're gonna head into a little bit more of a so that card was like intuition and more representing the feminine, and this is gonna be more settling the mind and giving masculine energy kind of a job, if you will. And these are the Star Code Astro cards by Heather Roan Robbins. They're really, really pretty. The artwork on this one is really beautiful. Very, very beautiful. I mean, look at that. I could gaze upon that all day. So pretty. So the illustrations are done by Lucas Lua de Souza. If you want to look him up, I follow him on Instagram, I believe. Okay, and we want just one card to pair with this Bridget card and give us more wisdom and clarity today. Just one card, please. We have Virgo, Digest. So, digest all the downloads. really like writing things down, because a lot of ideas are happening for people at this time, and the ideas aren't like here to stay, so like they're like a temporary insight, temporary gift to look at things. And so writing things down maybe behoove you. And also coming of spring cleaning. And really, like, these two cards partner pretty well together, actually. I love this. So Virgo, which is symbolized by a woman, or goddess, if you will, holding a sheaf of wheat. And that's, it's the mutable earth sign of Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which, thankfully, is like kind of the headspace energy, is Mercury. So wheat can only feed the multitudes once the grain is sorted from the chaff. Virgo is connected to the nervous system and the intestinal tract, the job of which is to sort nutrients from waste. Perhaps you've been overindulging and you need to shift things that are more conducive to a healthier digestive tract. So look for the grain and release the chaff. Weed, harvest, sort. Something in this situation needs to be sorted, edited, or reorganized in order to bring in its harvest. Whether you're asking about a relationship, a work project, or the culture in which you work, Virgo wants you to be specific. Sort and release a habit, not a person, and change how you interact, but not necessarily with whom you interact. Examine the situation for the patterns that need to be released and composted, and what seeds need to be saved for another time or planted for the next season. Rather than focusing on faults, appreciate what is valuable about each interaction, opportunity, and person. Truly absorb the worth and wonder and be healed thereby. It may be time to take an introspective break and work on your self-care routine. Look at your diet and health habits to see what needs improvement and absorb vitality. We'll see, there you go. So if you just weed the garden and don't plant or cultivate, all you have is an empty bed. So editing without creating gives you no content. Sometimes you have to ask the inner editor to take a break and let the creative process flow. And then let the editor clean and polish. So this world is gloriously complex. Virgo encourages us to see how the details fit together, how the leaves and twigs make up a forest. Light and shadow co-create our image of the whole. Rather than judge the worth of the part, pay attention to the necessary role each piece plays. The chaff protects wheat so it can grow, and therefore has value even if it's not edible. Perceive not just with your mind, but with mind, heart, and soul together. So, put that mind in its place. Don't let it get in your way. Okay? And allow that creative flow. I mean, I feel like a lot of the readings, especially as of late, have been pointing back to the creative flow, the energetic wisdom that comes from that. And also allowing the divine feminine to come in more and whisper in our ears what is what. So thank you, blessed be, that was lovely. And now I want a card that just kind of rounds out this reading. So we've got some good parts to it. And I just want something that is like an overall theme, especially in this kind of really in between time, this really floaty time. It can be very helpful to have something to focus on while there's a lot of questions and unknowns going on. So, Earth Magic. And we're pulling that from the Priestess of Light card by Sandra Ann Taylor. So, Earth Magic, fearlessness in removing obstacles. So we must go into this unknown with a lot of bravery. And I think being creative about it and letting that divine feminine in will give us the confidence that we need to be brave about this coming unknown. And also tapping into earth magic, of course. Spending time in nature, I can't enforce that enough. I mean, studies have shown that looking at greenery a half hour every day does so much for the body. It calms the nervous system, it relieves stress, it can relieve depression and boost mood, it can calm anxiety, help regulate the immune system, it can help to regulate the sleep cycle. Not to mention, if you're actually out in the nature close enough to live plants, you get that subtle aromatherapy that happens, and that does help the brain as well. So tapping into that at this time, especially as the earth reawakens and reemerges from this hibernation of winter, is something that really can help. Connecting yourself to her can help you ground and connect to yourself and to the within, and help to regulate and reset your own cycles. And we always do that at the beginning of the year. We set New Year's resolutions and everything like that, but then we just talk about it. Do we actually do things that are different, that cause a different action? When we approach things the same way all the time, all we're going to get is the same results. And so, trying something new, especially if you haven't done this, or if it's been a while since you've done this, really tapping into that earth magic and getting into, the nature, and helping, allowing earth to, solidify that fearlessness, and helping to remove obstacles. Especially when you're out there, don't bring your earbuds, listen to the sounds of nature. All of it has a subtle effect on the body, and the more you do it, the more you can feel that truly is happening to you when you go out in there and allow this to happen. So yes. And then let's hear what the book has to say about this. So the energy of this priestess of the horse brings movement and magic into your life. The horse is a creature of power and has long represented freedom. This card signals that the time is right for you to free yourself of the obstacles blocking your movement forward. You may have been hesitant or even afraid to face these obstacles before, but there is a greater courage growing within you now. Take a look at your life to determine what needs to be done. The obstacles may be external to you, perhaps a friendship, a place, or even a job or task that brings negative energy to your life, or the blocks may be more personal, taking the form of worry, self-criticism, or other negative thought patterns, and that's probably the more likely thing to people who are listening today. So, unhealthy or self-sabotaging behaviors and habits could be blocking you as well. So all these obstacles, whether inner or outer, may be a part of your daily life, and as such may seem insurmountable, but it's time to fearlessly choose to prioritize and honor yourself. This beautiful galloping steed represents your true power to break through and to remove old obstacles and to move forward on your soul's path. So the grounding energy of the earth will always support you and bring real magic when you make the honoring choice. So affirm with me now. I have the power to remove any inner or outer blocks. I am fearless in my choice to honor myself and my life. Blessed be. So this was a really beautiful reading today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being you. I hope you are honoring yourself and being kind to yourself. And if you need assistance along your healing journey, I am in that space where I can be of assistance to you. So this is all about you and your space and your healing space and your healing journey. And, sometimes we just need a little friendly nudge, and I can be that nudger. Alright? Alright, so thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And I will see you next time. Blessed be.